Michelle from Michelle Loves Books. Welcome back to my channel. This vlog is coming to you super late. It's like a month late. I was actually going back and forth on whether or not to publish this to begin with. I have done like 3 vlogs. I have like filmed 3 vlogs, captured all the footage, put it into files, and then something happens and I just don't get around to being able to finish editing them. I find it it's my organization. I know it is, but I find it very difficult to, put it all together and get it organized or something, or like they always take so long. So by the time I get around to it, it's like super late. And I just feel like it's not right to publish it. So I've scrapped like 3 vlogs, and this was totally going to be a scrapper, but I'm going to go ahead and publish it anyways, obviously. Because during this time, actually, a lot of cool things have happened. It was also kind of a rough time for me, which I do get into in this vlog. Some cool things happened, which I'm going to share with you now. I think this was like the night before Gilmore Girls Readathon started. But we went to Universal Studios. We went ahead and renewed our passes because I'm super excited. After 4 p.m., you get free fast passes. Very cool. It's been really worth it for us. Like my son Aaron rode this really big roller coaster. I'm gonna put it up here for you. This roller coaster is called the Rocket. Oh, no, Rockin' Roller Coaster. I can't think of the title of this. This is one of our favorites. My husband and I have been riding it for a long time. My son Michael has been riding it, but Aaron never gets to ride it. First, he's just too short. Plus, it is kind of scary. Like even until I rode it this last time with him, going up this straight, like you get on this moving car, jump in as it's moving down the track, and then it takes you straight up and then around. But you're like looking up into the sky, but you do get to like pick a song, and I always play like Shiny Toy Guns, Crystal Method. Those are the 2 go-to musicians that I play while we ride this roller coaster. That's like the hardest part, is just getting up and over it, and then the rest is like super fun. And he loved it. It was a really big hurdle for him. It's been taking a long time to get him into riding rides. Anything that would go too fast, he did not like, but we have been pushing him a little bit more. This is like the next biggest roller coaster he had to wait to be tall enough for. So it's a big hurdle for him, and he loved it. Now he's just waiting to be taller to be able to ride all the other rides. I think he has to be 54 inches. I believe to ride this past roller coaster it was like 48 inches. So now he has to be 54 inches to ride Hulk and any of the other roller coasters. So, but the way he's eating, I don't think it's gonna take long. But that will be really fun, because while I don't mind doing child swap and stuff, now that he can ride all the rides as well, we can all do it as a family. So it's gonna be really exciting. Also, next up, we got Netflix finally. Mostly we ordered Netflix because we have tons of movies to download, and honestly, I don't really watch a lot of TV and movies, but it was all for Shadow and Bone. I told my husband, I was like, I don't know when they're coming out with Shadow and Bone on Netflix, but as soon as they do, we are getting a subscription, even if it's just for a month to watch this. But we finally just went ahead and got it, and I'm really excited. There's a lot of stuff to watch. Like, there's The Crown. I'm dying to watch that. But we started watching The Queen's Gambit. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. She's like a really fun, new brainy character to just fall in love with and follow, and for the most part look up to. I mean, I don't suggest taking tranquilizers to her drug and alcohol abuse, but as one of the few women to excel at chess, at least in the time that this story is being told, in the 60s, she's one of the very few women to excel at chess and to play competitively and on a professional level. I can't tell you the rest because I feel like it might be a spoiler. You just have to watch it. It is so good. I love the man in the basement who teaches her to play, and her friend, her childhood friend from the orphanage. I just like ugly cried at the end. I'm getting all like emotional just like thinking about it. I really want to read the book now. I think I want to give myself just a little bit more time before I read the book, and I got tons of stuff that I'm reading right now, so I really can't even fathom squeezing anything else in. Now I also kind of want to learn to play chess, but also I don't really have the time or the patience to learn. No amount of chess in this world is going to make me as glamorous as she is. So, and one other thing, this was intended to be a Gilmore Girls readathon. Also, right before this, we finished building our coffee bar. This is something we had talked about for a few months. There was this awkward doorway space, and our kitchen was really small for us, smaller for us. And we're just like, why don't we put something here, like move some things over? So my husband built the wall up, built the countertop, tiled the countertop, and then we actually got a new coffee pot. We got a Ninja. I love it so much. It does like espressos. You can do like super rich coffee. It has like a little frothing tool on it too, so you can do like frothed up milk. So I'm just like so excited because I love my coffee. I mean, I just couldn't do it any other way. Finally get to do a little tour of just the coffee bar in spirit of Lorelai and Rory Gilmore, two of my favorite bookish coffee people, two of my favorite coffee lovers, and Rory being books and coffee. So it was kind of perfect timing on the completion of this project. So getting back into the bookish portion of this vlog. The books I mentioned in this vlog, neither of them have I finished. So likely here's the only place you're ever going to hear me talk about them. And also, excuse my little mini mommy rant. I decided to go ahead and leave it in there anyway because like the struggle is real. And it's okay if things are not perfect. I ran into a lot of women who had already had a couple of children. I ran into a lot of women when I was a new mom who really just like seemed to have everything together, like the perfect children, perfect home. And I used to also compare myself to them, even though they were the stay-at-home parent and I worked a lot. And I really put myself down because I couldn't do all the things that they did in keeping everything so perfect, which was just crazy because I worked a lot. I put in a lot of extra hours too. But it made me feel like such a complete and utter failure as a mom. And then I met my two very best friends, and they have been like the biggest support and a safe, non-judgmental space to cry out my frustrations with and bounce things off of them and just vent and be like, you know what, I suck, but you know what, I know I'm not alone. Or I would be struggling with a certain situation and they'd be like, you know what, this worked for us. Why don't you give this a shot? Oh, I never even thought of that. And like, just having friends that you feel like you can be honest with, it means a lot. So I went ahead and left this in there so that y'all know you ain't alone. It's hard as a mom to admit when your children aren't the star athlete or straight A students, top of their class, the most respectful and the most clean children, or your house is a mess sometimes, because it's always a reflection on us as parents, even if it's not entirely our fault. But every little imperfection is a hit on who we are as parents, and that's a harder hitting area than probably anything else in our lives, at least for me. Like, go ahead, hate me, I know I'm not a perfect person, but when you talk about me as a mom, whole nother story. And it's a lot harder to admit that I'm not perfect, that I might screw up my kids. They're going to grow up and be screwed up, and it's all going to be my fault, right? That's the thoughts that we go through as parents. So I just know that things are not always perfect, especially this year. I know that even the most seemingly perfect homes and children, they have their struggles too. And I'm here for you. It's been a really rough year for us as parents and as our children. I think as hard as it's been for us as parents, it's probably even worse for the kids, as I think they need more structure. As much lack of structure there is, as much as it's wreaking havoc on our lives, it's probably even harder for the kids. And they feel our anxiety too. So it just compounds everything. So anyways, I had to share because this has been building up and it's wears me down. And I think especially in this last month, I have been like, you know what? trying to just do the best I can. I've been sleeping. I've been oddly exhausted like the past couple weeks. Like I get up and do my stuff in the morning. I lay down in the afternoon and I can't even keep my eyes open. Like I'll lay down just to like read for 30 minutes and I just pass out hard and I'll sleep the rest of the day. And it's so weird for me. I never take naps. I am having some blood work done. So we'll see if there's like something else to it or if it's literally me just emotionally worn down and stress just compiling on stress. So, or a combination. So I don't know why. I just wanted to like give an introduction before we just launch into this thing and you're like, where is this coming from? So I suck at vlogs, if you couldn't tell. So anyways, I hope that you enjoy. This doesn't happen to a Gilmore girl. Beautiful. Not so beautiful. A little bit better. I'm in my loft. Much different scenery here. My husband put all those little hangy things. They're Lego builds, Star Wars Lego builds. And this is our loft space. Down there, the offices. That's my son Michael's room that's open. Graded comic books. And this is the loft and the game room, which isn't getting a lot of attention right now because both of my kids are grounded from all their electronics. Like all of them. I'm having a really bad day. I'm having kind of a rough week, all centered around the struggles of parenting and my beautiful face. This is with makeup, okay? I guess it just rubbed off. I don't know. What is today? Today is Thursday. Gilmore Girls Readathon started Sunday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we are 4 days in to this readathon, and I actually have read quite a bit of 1984, which I had put on my TBR to at least read that one book. I had put it to the side. I don't know. I feel like life is just really crazy right now, and it's been really difficult to kind of focus on one of these classics that I really wanted to get into, and I think it's just me. Since then, I have picked up Brave New World. I've been trying to read this the last 3 days. So I have been doing reading, but it's been very sporadic. A few pages here, a few pages there. Having to read very slowly. I don't know, I have a very busy week next week. My kids don't know this, but this weekend, despite their behavioral issues, which by all rights I should forbid them from going, but it's too late. Tickets are purchased, but they have family from out of town coming, and they all have plans, so they're gonna go and spend time with their family. But
they should be grounded. I love how that happens. Certain things like you just can't not do, but they still know that they're in the shithole. But yeah, it's kind of a big secret. They know one family member is coming into town, and then the rest I'm keeping an absolute secret. And my oldest son was asking me today, when does Papa get here? And I was like, I think Tuesday or Wednesday. So the plan is, actually, my sister-in-law, and she's bringing all the kids. And I don't know. She's got to, if I think my itinerary is booked, her itinerary is booked. She has 5 kids, and her husband is working part of the time. Her older daughter is going to be, I think, flying in later. I forget how it works. Or maybe she's flying in with her. When I say I'm busy, like I'm nothing. I'm not busy compared to her. But anyways, so they're coming in on Saturday. We're going to be picking up the house, cleaning and stuff like that. My son is going to be finishing schoolwork, which means I'm going to be finishing schoolwork to get him through it. When I just feel like I'm just so frustrated. Like, when is he going to learn to just do what's necessary? Like, my friend and I talk about this constantly. Like, when we were kids, we just did it. My mom never knew what I was up to, but I would come home, I'd do my homework, unless I had a problem, but I knew it was important. I knew, like, I couldn't do anything, and my mom never set those boundaries for me. She never had to take anything away, because it was like, I just knew instinctively or something. Like, I distinctly remember, like, I was sitting at the table, like, if I wanted to tell her, oh yeah, I did it, and then didn't do it, but I knew I didn't want to go to class and tell my teacher, yeah, I didn't do it, because I felt like that was really disrespectful. And, like, for whatever reason, despite my husband and I having these upbringing and drilling this into our kids' heads, they still don't get this concept. And I'm like, wow, what happened? Like, I taught them the way my mom taught me, pretty much, which my mom was hands off. I'm a helicopter parent compared to my mom, but, like, I feel like I have to be. And my friend is the same way, so I don't know, I'm sorry, I'm venting, I'm parent venting, and yeah, I'm so beyond frustrated. I'm so over it. I'm generally a really laid back kind of mom, but I'm also strict, if that makes sense. I'm strict when I have to be, but, like, there are certain situations that are just really hard. It's a power struggle, boys. I think it's a boy-girl thing, because I grew up with a sister. I didn't grow up with brothers. I have boys, and I didn't know the first thing about raising boys. It's totally different, I think. I think it's maybe just the fact that they're boys. They're just naturally defiant, because they think they know everything. I don't know. Let's get into what I read. Stop venting. I could vent about this all day and still not have a fucking answer. We'll probably be transitioning into books I want to read. I'll have to be watching and reading books about parenting better, because apparently I suck. Anyways, Brave New World. I am on page 60 of this book, and what the fuck? I'm just like, okay, so what's going on? What's going on is people don't have sex anymore, and but they're talking about these kids. Okay, so I don't even know where to begin with this book. Like 60 pages in, and I'm just like, fuck, this world is crazy. So this is a utopian society, by the way. It's a utopian society. Everyone's fucking happy. Nobody gets sick. No crimes. I guess that's supposed to be what's supposed to happen in this book. People aren't having sex. They don't have... No, that's not true. Hold on. They don't have children themselves. They don't raise their own children unless, like, they get permission or something. So this book starts out how they are growing these children. They're growing embryos, and they can make a whole bunch of them. and then they are raised within this institution. People are not encouraged to fall in love. One of the main characters, this female, is, what is her name? Liliana or something? Lania? Whatever. I haven't really connected to the characters just yet, but the main female character is like kind of in a monogamous relationship. She's in a relationship with one man, and her friend criticizes her, like, well, you don't want people to think. So she starts getting other people to be with her, and it's just very, very crude. Like, this one guy's talking about her and being like, oh yeah, that chick, like, you should try her. By try her, he means, yeah, that's the part I'm in right now. Like, there's a chapter and a half all surrounding how they just each other as girlfriends, because they're not really meant to be in monogamous relationships, I guess, in this world. They believe, and oh, that's their slogan. The slogan of the world is everyone belongs to everyone. And they mean that literally in the sense of this girl belongs to all the men or all the people who want to fuck her. So this is actually very disturbing. Yeah, I don't really know what to think of this. And there's a part in here that was really disgusting, I have to say. Where is it? It's despicable. And it makes me really question what kind of person this author was, because I don't know. He let out the amazing truth for a very long period before the time of our Ford. Our Ford is literally a name. I don't know what the fuck that means. Here it is. So they're talking about the past before this new revolution, this brave new world, perverted new world. That should be the title of this book. Just saying. Erotic play between children had been regarded as abnormal. There was a roar of laughter. Not only abnormal, actually immoral. No! And had therefore been rigorously suppressed. A look of astonished incredulity appeared on the faces of his listeners. Poor little kids, not allowed to amuse themselves. They could not believe it. What the? I'm just saying. That was so disturbing. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm done wrapping up my reading so far. I'm hoping I can finish this. Okay, so, did I tell you? I started talking about it and then I totally went off the bandwagon. Okay, so my sister-in-law is coming into town on Saturday. My kids don't know. So I'm going to pack their bags and just be like, get in the car, we're going somewhere. I'm going to drive to where they're staying, basically drop them off, and they're going to stay the night with their cousins. Michael's really close to his cousin. And then, so they're going to stay the night there. They're going to be gone for 3 days. But then Tuesday night, or Tuesday afternoon, I'm going to go pick up my father-in-law at the airport. And then we're going to drive over to their hotel, basically pick up the kids and bring them home, but they're going to go do some like Thanksgiving shopping, and then we're all going to SeaWorld that day after that. And Thursday's Thanksgiving, obviously. I guess we're going to be like cooking at my house. Okay, so Saturday's gonna be kind of busy. Me and the kids are gonna be cleaning this house, but when we get downtime, I will get to read again. And then Sunday is the last day, but I have Saturday night and Sunday to myself. And I'm gonna be laid up in bed reading.
So what had happened was Mom turned off her brain for like 2 days, and binge watched all kinds of movies. Anna Karenina. What else did I watch? A bunch of movies that just made me cry my freaking eyes out. Yeah. I started The Crown. I don't think I read. Obviously, it was way overdue. I needed to completely just turn my brain off and not think, I need to make breakfast or whatever, or I should be reading, or I should be doing this. Like, I just shut down. So, we all gotta do that sometimes. Okay, I've been trying to read this book. I don't know what my problem is. I don't know. Maybe I want to like these
kinds of books. I'm just not, I don't know. I find it kind of confusing the way it's written. Maybe I'm shallow, but I guess it is true Rory Gilmore style, as she reads several books at one time. I think I am going to go ahead and switch over and read this one for a little while. I do have other books that I'm trying to get to this month. This one I'm really excited to read, and I'm like over halfway through it, and I want to finish this one. This one I'm also having kind of a hard time getting into. I don't know. And this one, honestly, this is very assaulting to my face. Every time I open it, it's a very dusty old book. I am trying to stick to books that are on the Rory Gilmore reading list, at least for this week. I'm still trying to work on this. I do just want to finish it. I'm just kind of at this weird part. I've kind of been skipping some parts because I just find it dragging, and I just kind of want to get to the good stuff. So I feel like we did a lot of learning kind of about the world and stuff, and now we're in this really weird in between, and I'm kind of bored. So I'm going to switch over to this. I've already read like the first page, and it's very nice. Oh yes, my son Aaron and I have been collecting acorns and acorn toppers. So we just went on a walk and collected a bunch more. We are going to basically glue the tops back on the acorns, and then I wanted to fill like a bowl with them for decoration. So that's that. And then we went to the lake. My sister actually sent this to me. It's her old Instax Mini. I don't really know why. I guess she just doesn't use it, so she sent it to me. So took a couple pictures at the lake today. They're kind of hard to see. I'm still learning the lighting. These came out really nice, but you really can't see. These birds were all lined up on, you can kind of see them there, but they were all lined up there sleeping. So I snuck up on them to get a picture. It's cool. To just bring this full circle and close up this vlog, I did finish Canto. I did not finish Brave New World. I did not finish 1984. I did check out 1984 on audiobook and tried to give it a little bit more time. Quickly, wasn't following along via audiobook. I'm putting this one down for indefinitely. Canto, I made quite a bit of dent. Things started getting kind of busy, so I did find it on audiobook. So I went ahead and checked it out on audiobook. I got some thoughts and feels on that one. I think I gave it 3 stars. I had read The Dutch House by Patchett, and
I've been interested. Her books have been on my radar. There's the other one, the orange book or whatever, that has like the oranges on it. That one's been on my radar. She writes in a genre that I'm generally out of my comfort zone. But I loved The Dutch House so much. And so I was like, okay, I bet I'm gonna love this book. There was just like a lot of weird things going on that made it so unrealistic. Okay, well, I guess I should tell you what it's about. So Bel Canto is about, it's about this opera singer. I'm going to explain it so much better in the wrap up, so definitely come back for a much better explanation. But it's about this opera singer who gets a gig to sing for this guy's birthday, and this guy is Chinese, and he's an influential businessman, as everybody who is invited to his party. He loves the opera. And this woman, Miss Cross, is his absolute favorite. We start out with a lot of development, and we learn a lot about the opera, which I don't know really anything about. I know my grandma used to listen to the opera. She really enjoyed going to the opera. How he got into the opera, how he ended up at this place. And then these terrorists come in with guns and hold all these people's hostages in this big house. From there, it drags on. It just becomes very unrealistic. Like, how did these people, it seemed like they're there for months, don't speak each other's languages sometimes, learn to work together. They end up developing really close relationships. And I think that the main theme is that all these people, what came between them was their positions, their cultures, the language. But what it's trying to prove is that beneath all of that, they're just people, and they find that they have a lot more in common. Honestly, like, the concept was beautiful. The concept was great. It was just, there might have been a better way to tell a story like this, because the events just, the whole hostage situation, I get that they were trying to create a high stakes scenario, but like, you gotta make it high stakes. At a point I was like, did nobody think to even try to escape? They even make friends with the terrorists at a certain point. And then, yeah, I guess I just felt like they all just accepted that they're hostages. Nobody from the outside world came to find them. They're all supposed to be high up in politics. Like, somebody's trying to get a hold of them. And many people would notice if they didn't show up for a couple of days. And none of that was explored. And then the ending was just like, wait, that was it? That was the end? Hold up. Execution wasn't there, so yeah. That was kind of a bummer. I didn't really enjoy anything I read. Except, as I was editing this video, Brave New World is like very intriguing to me because it was so fucked up. 1984, I really don't have any desire to go back to. And Bel Canto, meh. Well, that wraps up this vlog. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and would like to see more content, you can like and subscribe this video. You can like this video and subscribe to my channel for more content. And I'll catch you later. Bye.